In a significant development within the ongoing global conflict, reports indicate that Russian forces have made notable advances in the Dnipropetrovsk region. This strategic push, characterized by intensified ground operations and sustained aerial bombardment, marks a critical juncture in the broader military campaign. Military analysts suggest that these movements are aimed at consolidating control of key logistical routes and further encircling vital urban centers, ultimately seeking to exert greater pressure on opposing forces. The Dnipropetrovsk region, a geographically diverse area, has become a focal point due to its industrial The Dnipropetrovsk region, a geographically diverse area, has become a focal point due to its industrial capacity and its position as a gateway to other strategically important territories. The current phase of the conflict has seen a shift in tactics, with a renewed emphasis on localized offensives designed to wear down resistance and establish new lines of control. Eyewitness accounts from residents in affected area describe a heightened state of alert, with continuous shelling and the visible movement of heavy military equipment. Infrastructure, including roads and communication network, has reportedly sustained damage, further complicating humanitarian efforts and civilian displacement. The international community continues to monitor these developments closely, with various diplomatic channels attempting to de-escalate the situations and address the growing humanitarian concerns. However, the immediate focus remains on the ongoing military engagement and the evolving territorial dynamic within the Dnipropetrovsk region. The implications of these advances extend beyond the immediate battlefield, potentially influencing the broader geopolitical landscape and the prospect for future negotiations. The commitment of resources and personnel to this particular front underscores its perceived importance in the overall strategic objectives of the Russian military. The complexity of the terrain, combined with the entrenched defensive positions, has made progress arduous for both sides, yet the recent reports suggest a decisive push by Russian forces to break through existing stalemates. The military command structures involved are likely evaluating the effectiveness of their current strategies and adapting to the dynamic nature of the conflict. The global media landscape is abuzz with analysis of these events, attempting to provide context and interpret the potential long-term consequences of the territorial shift. The human cause of these operations remains a central concern, with reports of civilian casualties and displacement continuing to emerge from the affected area. The resilience of local population in the face of such adversity is a testament to the enduring human spirit, even amidst the most challenging circumstances. The precise details of the military maneuvers and the extent of territorial gains are subject to verification, as information from the conflict zone is often fragmented and contested. Nevertheless, the consensus among observers points to a discernible shift in the operational tempo and a concerted effort by Russian forces to achieve their objectives in the Dnipropetrovsk region. These ongoing struggles for control highlights the volatile and unpredictable nature of modern warfare, where strategic advantage can be fleeting and the tactical landscape can change rapidly. The international community, while largely condemnatory of the invasion, remains divided on the most effective means of intervention and support. Further complicating the resolution of this protracted conflict, the economic ramifications of these military actions are also profound, affecting global supply chains and commodity markets, underscoring the interconnectedness of nations in the contemporary world. The political rhetoric surrounding these events continues to be sharply polarized, with each side presenting its own narrative of justification and grievance. The historical context of the region, marked by centuries of geopolitical competition, adds another layer of complexity to the current hostilities. The role of technological advancement in modern warfare is also evident, with both sides utilizing sophisticated weaponry and surveillance systems to gain an upper hand. The psychological impact of prolonged conflict on both combatant and civilian is immense, leading to widespread trauma and disruption of social structures. The long-term implications for regional stability and international security are a source of considerable concern for policymakers around the globe. The courage and determination of those defending their homeland are frequently highlighted in news reports, providing a counterpoint to the narrative of military might and territorial expansion. The environmental consequences of sustained conflict, including damage to natural habitats and pollutions, are also beginning to draw attention. The legal frameworks governing armed conflicts, including international humanitarian law, are constantly being tested by the realities on the ground. The search for lasting peace remains an elusive goal, overshadowed by the immediate imperative of military strategy and political maneuvering. The narrative of individual soldiers and civilians caught in the crossfire offer a poignant reminder of the human element at the heart of this global conflict. The ongoing debates within international forum regarding accountability for alleged war crimes and violations of human rights underscore the moral dimensions of the conflict. The future of the Dnipropetrovsk regions, and indeed the broader area, hinge on the outcome of these intense military engagements and the eventual political settlements that may emerge. The sustained international efforts to provide aid and assistance to those affected by the conflicts are a testament to global solidarity, even in the face of overwhelming challenges. The evolving geopolitical alignment and realignment among nations are a direct consequence of these ongoing hostilities shaping the future of international relations. The intricate web of alliance and rivalries that characterize the global political landscape is constantly being rewoven by the unfolding event in the conflict zone. The resilience of democratic institutions and the commitment to national sovereignty are also being rigorously tested by the scale and intensity of the current conflict. The pursuit of self-determination by various ethnic and national groups within the region adds another layer of complexity to an already intricate geopolitical puzzle. The role of media in shaping public opinion and influencing international perceptions of the conflict is a subject of ongoing scrutiny and debate. The development and deployment of new military technologies are constantly altering the balance of power and the dynamic of warfare. The long-term societal costs of conflict, including the disruption of education, healthcare, and economic development, will continue to be felt for generations. The stories of courage, sacrifice, and endurance that emerge from the conflict zone serve as powerful reminders of the human capacity for both destruction and resilience. The diplomatic efforts to find a peaceful resolution, while often fraught with difficulties, continue to be pursued in various international forums. The economic sanctions imposed by numerous nations in response to the conflict are having a measurable impact on global markets and trade relations. The internal political dynamics within the nations involved are also being shaped by the course of the conflict, with implications for leadership and governance. The challenges of post-conflict reconstruction and reconciliations will undoubtedly be immense, requiring sustained international cooperations and investment. The moral imperative to protect civilian populations and alleviate human suffering remains a guiding principle for many international organizations and government. The complex interplay of historical grievance, national aspiration, and geopolitical interest forms the backdrop to the current hostilities. The ongoing debates about the definition of victory and the conditions for lasting peace continues to dominate political discourse. The courage of those who risk their life to document the realities of the conflict, including journalists and human rights observers, is invaluable. The ripple effects of the conflict have been felt far beyond the immediate battlefield, influencing energy markets, food security, and refugee flows. The role of international law in regulating state behavior and providing a framework for conflict resolution is being rigorously tested. The commitment of various nations to providing military and financial assistance to one side or the other reflect the deep division within the international community. The narrative of heroism and victimhood, often intertwined, contribute to the complex emotional landscape surrounding the conflict. The strategic importance of the Dnipropetrovsk region, both militarily and economically, makes it a highly contested area. The reports of targeted infrastructure attacks and the disruption of essential service underscore the devastating impact of modern warfare on civilian life. The efforts to establish humanitarian corridors and ensure the safe passage of civilians from conflict zones remain a top priority for international organizations. The psychological toll of living under constant threats of violence is immense, leading to widespread trauma and mental health challenges among affected populations. The intricate dance of diplomacy, often conducted behind closed doors, aim to find common grounds and forge a path for de-escalation. The economic consequences for both the nation directly involved and the global economy are significant and long-lasting. The resilience of communities in rebuilding their life amidst the ruins of conflict is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for hope. The moral ambiguity inherent in warfare, where difficult choices must often be made, are a constant theme in discussions of the conflict. The ongoing struggle for control over key territories and resources fuel the persistent intensity of the fighting. The determination of various actors to achieve their strategic objective, even at great cost, shape the relentless progression of events. The global response to the conflict, ranging from sanctions to humanitarian aid, reflects the multifaceted nature of international relations. The political ramifications, both domestic and international, continue to unfold, influencing elections, alliance, and foreign policy decisions. The profound impact on human lives, both those lost and those forever changed, remains the most sobering aspect of the conflict. That's all for me for today. If you like the video presentation and you would like to follow for more, hit that subscribe and like button now, and we will continue to build this show for you. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Bye for now.